हेलो लर्नर्स, वेलकम बैक टू पांडास कोडिंग। सो आज हम करेंगे डेटा सेट से धमाल। हम पांडास के सारे बेसिक कोड जानेंगे और वो सारी चीज़ें जानेंगे जो कि हम पांडास से बहुत इजीली कर सकते हैं। And all of these will be required in any of the programs which you start. So these are the basics to know about how to know about the data, how to load the data, how to see some info regarding the data, how to do some basic manipulation of the data. I'm sure you had gone through all the theory part in the last pandas theory session. Now we'll jump into the practical session, and we'll try to divide this practical session into two parts. So in first video we'll cover half of the thing, and the remaining half we'll cover in the next video next week. So without any further ado, let's start and jump into the code. So what we see here, firstly, we need to import the libraries. We need to import NumPy and Pandas, right? So NumPy and Pandas, we have studied till now. NumPy is for basic manipulation and Pandas is to create a data frame as we studied. तो pandas data frame बनाने के लिए यूज होता है, और numpys एक फंक्शन है जो कि arrays बनाने के लिए यूज होता है। अब हमें इसमें क्या करना होगा, हमें ये देखना रहेगा कि हम इसमें कैसे अपना फंक्शनैलिटीज लगाते हैं, हम इसको कैसे डेटा लोड करते हैं, कैसे हम इसमें मैनिपुलेशन करते हैं। तो सबसे पहले हम देखेंगे कि डेटा लोड। सो फर्स्ट लाइक विल ट्राई टू लोड द डेटा थ्रू अ कॉमन सीएसवी। एक सीएसवी के थ्रू हम डेटा लोड कर सकते हैं। तो जब हम एक सीएसवी के थ्रू डेटा लोड करते हैं, तो उसमें हम फंक्शन यूज करते हैं पी डी डॉट रीड सी एस वी, क्योंकि पी डी हमने पांडास को एलियास दिया है यहाँ पे। सो वी कैन लोड द डेटा थ्रू पी डी डॉट रीड सी एस वी। इससे ये डेटा जो है डीएफ एक डेटा फ्रेम बन जाएगा जिसके अंदर ये डेटा स्टोर हो जाएगा। And I'm sure like many of you would be IPL fans. So this data set is about the IPL data, right? So we see various ID columns, which season data it is. It is for 2017 and 16 as well, I could see. Then city, date, which teams are there, who was the toss winner, who won the match, what happened. So every detail is being present over here, right? So this is like once you run the DF, you will see all of the rows. Now, if you want to see what is the type of this data frame, so this is a core data frame, right? This is something which you can see that this is defined as the core data frame, and you need to know that it has been actually stored in a data frame object, for which you can do further manipulation, and finally we'll do a database modeling also with the help of this data frame only. So that is the complete advantage of like using a data frame. Now to see what is the shape. So what does a shape means, right? Shape means how many rows. So first, when you do df dot shape, it will give you how many rows and how many columns. So first rows, then columns. This is how it comes. Then we have df dot columns. So it will give you the column names. All these 18 column names you will get, right? So if you don't want to go through all the data, you just want to see what our columns are present, you can easily see it through here, and you'll get all of the column names in this. Next, we see what is df dot head. So df dot head is nothing but it will select top five rows. This command is very important to know your data. So like जैसे कि हम देखते हैं कि अगर हम थोड़े रो से ही हम ये समझ सकते हैं कि किस कॉलम में कैसा डेटा है, कहाँ पे नंबर है, कहाँ पे अल्फाबेट्स है, कहाँ पे डेट है। तो ये जानने के लिए 5 rows आर सफिशिएंट, राइट? सो व्हेन यू गुड df dot it selects the top 5 rows, and you see okay, this is the number, this is the names of the players: Yuvraj Singh, KM Jadhav, GL Maxwell, and then these are the team names. So you understand what the data you are dealing with, right? So if someone else give you a data and you want to see, you don't want to open that CS, when you want to see that data in Python, this is the simplest method of seeing is. And when you select the tail, it selects you the bottom 5 rows. So head selects you from the top, as we have head at the top in our body. So that's the easy way to remember, and tail selects the bottom 5 rows. So it will give again all the columns and then the 5 rows which we have. So again, this is the beauty of two simple commands. Then sample, as we know, if you want to see one sample, just put df dot sample and you'll get the sample records, right? So even with one row, it is sometimes easy to identify. But if you want to see certain different values, okay, what are the different values? Am I having any date other than 2016? Am I having any other season? Am I having any win by run, like maybe say more than 100 or something like that? So you get a fair idea about with selecting only 5 rows. And if you want to see more, you can just put df dot head and 10 inside it. So you will see the like complete 10 rows as well. So this is how the sample works. Then we have info. What is the info? So info is also very important. It gives you the information about each of the data type. As we discussed, integer is something which stores the number. So it gives you integer information. Then you have object is nothing but where a string is used, like alphabets, like a city would be Lucknow, Hyderabad, Bangalore, like that. Then date, team. So all of these are the object data type. Then you may have something in which you have float as well. So now if you want to describe this data, what does describe means? So it will give you a complete description of the data, right? It will tell you how many count are there, कितने रिकॉर्ड्स है, कितनी रोज हैं, क्या उसका मीन है, पूरा टोटल लेके उसको एवरेज से हम डिवाइड करेंगे तो उसका मीन निकल आता है, स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन क्या है। हम ये सारी चीजें जानेंगे स्टैटिस्टिक्स के कॉन्सेप्ट में और डेप्थ, कि हमें ये सब का मीनिंग क्या होता है। एंड we'll understand this when we go into the statistics module, but for now you can just understand that yes, we get the descriptions of various modules in the data, and you can actually get to see what is the 25th percentile, 50th percentile, 75th percentile. All these values you can see from the data. Now, if you want to fetch a single column, how to do that? You have to write df, the data frame name in which you have stored the data, bracket open, close bracket, and write the column name here. So you will see all the names, all the values of that particular column. So you can get only one column. Now, if you want to fetch multiple columns, you have to put two bracket. Just remember this syntax. So it might look little difficult at the starting, but once you keep on practicing, you will know. तो जब हमको बहुत सारे कॉलम फेच करने हैं तो एक से ज़्यादा तो हम डबल ब्रैकेट यूज़ करेंगे, और सारे कॉलम्स को हम सिंगल कोट में कॉमा के साथ दे देंगे। तो हमारे डेटा सेट में जैसे हमारे पास 18 कॉलम थे, हमें 18 कॉलम नहीं देखना है, हमें खाली ये देखना है किस किस टीम के बीच में मैच हुआ और कौन जीता। सो ये सिंपल डेटा यहाँ से हम फेच कर ले रहे हैं। Then if you want to fetch a single row, okay, so iloc is a function which fetches a single row. It fetches a row number 630. So in 630 row number, you can see each column what is the value. So id is 631 because iloc 0 will be the first row, so you'll see one difference here. Then all the different column values you will be easily able to see here. So again, this is also one simple command. So you are seeing that commands are very small, right? Very easy to remember, maybe 3 to 4 letter: head, tail, iloc. So all of these are very simple to remember, just you should know the syntax and how to use it. Now similarly, this was fetching one row. If you want to fetch multiple rows, you can put from 0 to 10 with a gap of 2. So what will this do? It will select from 0 to 10 id number with a gap of 2. So basically, like if you remember in array also we discussed, it will select the first but it will not select the last one. So it will have 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Why gap of 2? Because we have put a increment of 2. If we would have not put this, it would have considered increment of 1 and it would have come from 0 to 9. 10 rows would have come, but now we have increment of 2, so we are getting the 5 rows, and 5 rows is having all this data. So हम ये देख रहे हैं कि कितना easy है ये चीज़ देखना, कि हम अगर काफ़ी सारे रोज देखना चाहते हैं, कोई एक पर्टिकुलर रो देखना चाहते हैं, तो हम easily वो एक iLog फंक्शन के थ्रू हम देख सकते हैं। अब हमें अगर किसी में फिल्टर लगाना है तो वो फिल्टर कैसे लगाएंगे? हम वो सारे मैचेस देखना चाहते हैं जो कोलकाता में हुए, राइट? सो अगेन इट्स वेरी सिंपल, यू कैन स्टोर दिस वैल्यू इन सम data frame again which has only one column, which sorry does not have one column, which is having a filter on one column, which is city. So city is equal to Kolkata. So in your complete data set, suppose if there are 10 rows and one row is of Kolkata, you'll get only one row. So in this data set, if we had 638 rows, maybe the matches played in Kolkata are 61. So 10% of matches are played in Kolkata. So once you do this Kolkata, you will have all the data in which city column is Kolkata, and you are actually fetching all of the columns. So all of the columns, but only where this particular column name is Kolkata. So that particular column you are able to fetch from here, right? So that is the beauty of fetching this and putting a filter. You don't need to write any big statement like where. In SQL, we will, if you all are aware that how SQL commands work, you have to write where or a big command in maybe say C or some other language. But in Python, it is very easy. Just the data frame name, which column and filter, and you are actually creating all the columns in this mask, and you are actually selecting all of these columns uh, from the data frame DF, and you see that all the venues are Eden Garden because the matches in Kolkata are played in Eden Garden only. So now if you want to shape of this, it is again 61 rows are coming. If you don't put shape anything, you'll get 61 rows and 18 columns as well. But if you are putting 0, that means you want to see only the rows. Now you can create a function also. So this might be little like complex as of now, so we can skip it. But yeah, if anybody knows how to create a function, this is how you can create a function. You can actually write the same code and you can pass the city parameter into it, and then you could pass any city into it and you'll get the number of matches. So basically they are doing nothing but they are using the above two command in one and combining in only one command, एक ही command के अंदर डाल दिया, जिससे हम ये चीज़ बार बार हमें लिखने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, हम डायरेक्ट सिटी नेम लिखे और हमको ये पता चल जाए कि वहाँ पे कितने मैचेस हुए हैं, या हम अगर कोई और भी चीज़ देखना चाहें, इफ यू वांट टू सी सम अदर थिंग we can even see that. So this function is nothing but combination of above two command. But if you feel it is little complex as of now, you can leave it and you can focus on the small things first, because as we say, right, we have to win small first to achieve our ultimate goal. So we all need to keep that in mind. Now going forward, we can also put a filter like wherever win is greater than 50. So not only on a particular value, you can put wherever win is greater than 50. So you'll get all the rows in which like wins are greater than 50. So this is the second thing which you can use. Now again, when you Eden Garden again, it will have same rows, right? Because we discussed that Kolkata is Eden Garden. So there also we had 61. Here also we are having 61. Now we are selecting all the matches which occurred in Mumbai after 2015. So we are making uh, two data subsets of data, and we are saying that both of this should be true. Okay, so how many such rows are there? There are only 12 rows in which the year is great, season is greater than 2015, maybe 16 or 17, and the city is Mumbai. So 12 matches are played in Mumbai. Definitely, this is an old data set, so we know that there are a lot of matches being played after it. But considering that this was made at the time of like maybe 2017 data set, older data set we are using, so we have only 12 matches, maybe played in 6 years, right? Nobody knew that Corona would be coming in next 3 years and we might not have any IPL in India for 2 years, right? And MSD would be back winning the IPLs. So that's how like it works. This is as smooth as MSD's captaincy. So who all of you are fan of MSD, I'm sure you'll be loving this IPL data set and this Python notebook as an explanation. So going forward, you can also see player of the match, like in this particular data frame, what is the value count, all those things you can see. You can see if you create a new data frame in which like Kolkata is the city, who was the player of the match in that particular data set. So it was Yusuf Pathan. So all of these things are something which you can easily see and identify, and you can get into the data easily. So now you see that we have a particular value of like say what is the location, what if you want to put only the city column, so you are actually getting all the rows here. Putting colon here means put get all the rows from 0 to the last one, only the second column. So you can even fetch the columns. First we saw how to fetch a rows from iloc, now we see how you can fetch the columns from iloc as well, right? So here is an example of how to fetch a set of rows and set of columns as well. So 0 to 10 rows and 4th, 5th and 10th column. So this is how you can fetch 10 rows and only these particular three columns. Correct? So let's end the part one video today. We'll continue from this space only in the next week. Hope you're all liking the videos. Please do put in your comments and like watch till the end, because this is very important. It might be little time consuming or difficult to understand in the starting, but trust me, like if you are dedicated and if you are putting your time into this videos, it would be definitely a very good learning for you in the long run. knowing that Python and data science is something which would be used across all the industries, and there would be many opportunities in the industry. Thank you. Thank